Don't be silly. Why pay more? Hello, this is Anita Joyce with Kelly Wilkness, and this is Decorating Tips and Tricks, episode 401, The Look for Less, Steals and Deals. So we're comparing a high expensive item for a low, less expensive item. So we're going to give you some options on getting that high-end look for something that's much less expensive. So I think that's kind of our thing, isn't it, Kelly?
Oftentimes it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it feels good
I try.
to get a good deal. Yeah. And there's just so many ways to do that now. You know, you can comparison shop. It's so much easier than having to zip around to all the different stores looking. So you can do your Google searching, or you just, pays to know some people who know some places. And we are the people that know some places. Mm-hmm. And we spend a lot of time looking at decor for ourselves, our blogs, and our clients and all of that. So we've had
an embarrassingly large amount of time.
Well, that's our JOB, lady. So that's okay. We're working hard finding these things. And I have some amazing deals and a few that I know that I am going to hit the buy button on as well.
Oh, exciting.
So this was fun to do this. I just kind of narrowed it down to some things that I was interested in general items that I was interested in, or clients of mine were interested in. Mm-hmm. And I guess this sort of was spurred on by this one particular lamp that I found in 3 different places. And that sort of sparked the idea for this episode. And I like this, the idea of being able to get exactly what you want for hundreds of dollars less.
Well, and it's amazing how many inexpensive copies there are of expensive items out there. I mean, I got pretty close to several expensive items on here. I was very excited because I thought, well, this is really very similar.
Right. And, maybe we each have had actual experience with the item, or at least the brand, or, you can read the reviews. Take the time to read the reviews when you're going to purchase something. Just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's great. Mm-hmm. And just because it's a lot less doesn't mean it's poor quality. Sometimes it's just you're paying for the name brand. So we're excited to talk about that topic today, but we are super excited about the gathering of Team DTT. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't heard, we launched Team DTT in last week's episode on the 15th, episode 400. And we are getting team members left, right, and center. And if you haven't heard, this is what Team DTT is all about. We are really craving even closer connection with all of you. So we developed this concept for Team DTT. It will give you membership in our private Facebook group. We will be doing private Facebook group live questions and answers and discussions. It'll be Anita and or I each week during the year, a monthly content-rich newsletter written by us and sent to you. Entry into exquisite giveaways. The first one we're going to kick off is with something that I picked up in Paris this summer. So you're going to want to check that out.
Oh,
I know. Special promotions that we have ourselves or with our brand partners, and members only content, and 1-on-2, that's you with us, design consults at the guaranteed 50% off rate. And all of that comes to you for less than the price of a monthly decor magazine. So it's $75 for the 12-month annual membership. That's a special kickoff team building rate. The rate won't stay there unless you join now, and then you are grandfathered or grandmothered in, whatever you want to call it, for the $75 rate for the rest of your life, or the rest of our lives, or whichever comes sooner. So definitely take advantage of the Team DTT offer. If you want to hear it all again, you can re-listen to this or listen to episode 400, or you can just head to decoratingtipsandtricks.com/team, and you'll get all the information there, and you can just click to subscribe right through that page. So that's on our regular website, and at the top it says Team DTT, so you can head there, click the button, read it, and then click to join. Yay! Yay,
I know,
team!
I'm excited.
It's going to be so fun to put, I mean, it's as close as we can get to having coffee, tea, or wine, or all three with you guys. And I think it's just going to bring us all closer and going to give you all the opportunity to get to know each other. And since we're all kindred spirits and we all seem to enjoy not only decorating our homes, but so many other things about life in general, I think it's going to be a really dynamic group. So let's talk about getting the look for less. Do you have an item you want to start with?
I do. I found a really sleek, modern, clean-lined dresser from Kathy Koo Home. Do you ever shop there or check it out?
I have checked out her site. Yeah.
Right. They have a lot of French things too, but this is not French. This is, I would call this kind of mid-century modern. And it's called the Jason Modern Classic Ivory Dresser. And it is $1,714 there on their site. And then I found something I thought was fairly similar. Some of the pulls are a little different. The legs are angled out instead of straight up and down, but it's a pretty similar look that I found at World Market. So you know it's going to be less. And the one at World Market is called the Bruton, dresser, and it's $629. So, it's more than $1,000.
Sorry,
less.
Kathy.
I know. I mean, if you've got the bucks and you want to go for the look, go for the one from her. But this other one is a pretty similar look. So, yeah. So, what's your first one?
Oh, my gosh. Well, my first one is the exact same lamp.
Exact same one?
Exact.
Oh, I love it when that
lamp.
happens.
Okay, so I found this lamp, and it was on Neiman Marcus. Okay, so get ready. $515 on sale for $360.50.
Well, what does the lamp look like?
Well, it's about 27 inches high. It's sort of like, it looks like concrete, but I believe from the description, it's more of like a concrete / resin base. And then it has a gold cap that's maybe 3 inches wide and then covers the top of it. It is somewhat unclear whether or not the Neiman Marcus one comes with the white shade, but assuming it does come with the white shade, it's a lovely table lamp. It's very streamlined. It's kind of, because it's got that concrete look, it's kind of organic, but it's definitely more of a clean line, modern look. Guess who else sells this lamp?
I wouldn't know. Who?
Home Depot.
Stop it!
$81.18. Yes. Home Depot. The exact same lamp. And the description clearly states it comes with the white shade.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's crazy, right?
I would be so upset if I bought the one at Neiman's. And then
because when you look at the lamp, it's really lovely. It looks like a very expensive lamp. There's just something about it. It's like, it's restrained. It's kind of almost a little edgy. It's very cool, but it could work in a lot of different looks because it's got that concrete, so it's kind of got that more organic than the shiny gold. So you could mix it in some modern, you could mix it in a traditional, it can really go anywhere. And so you wouldn't be, because I have said this before, I find lamps very hard to find, that lamps that I love. And I also find that lamps are quite expensive. So maybe others feel the same way. So, you're not like totally blown away if a lamp is $200, $300, but like $515 for a lamp.
Yeah. That's hard it's hard to swallow
same
that.
Lamp be $81 in one place and $515.
I can't believe that one in the same one.
Shame on you, Neiman Marcus.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I have another lamp. Maybe I should do my lamps together.
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay, this is not the exact same lamp, but it's the glass cylinder lamp. Now, I may have talked about this lamp before on the podcast. I bought one and I love it. It's got gold on the bottom. It's clear glass, a little gold cap, not quite as wide as the one on the concrete, just sort of a rim, and then a lovely, nicely tailored white shade. It just has a really good look to it. Again, sort of clean lines, and it could go with any look, really. So I purchased this lamp, and I won't tell you yet where I got it. And so I looked around to see if there was a similar lamp out there. Yes, Shades of Light has a very similar lamp, like almost exact, but not the same, with the white shade, $163. Now,
that's not too bad.
No, that's not too bad, but it gets better. I had purchased my lamp at Walmart.
Oh,
now that I have been introduced to the treasures that I must admit, there are treasures, but you do have to dig a little for them. And since I've become part of the Better Homes and Gardens at Walmart, style maker group, what have you, I'm looking on their site a lot. And this is not a Better Homes and Gardens lamp, though. It's some other brand that they carry, but it is almost the same exact lamp. And I love it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really pretty. And it's when you can fill, but I didn't fill it. And everybody on the reviews is like, oh, I wouldn't fill it. It looks just so pretty the way it is. So, and I don't know if the one in Shades of Light you could fill, but that is a really great lamp. And this concrete one at Home Depot, I'm definitely going to nab that one.
Well, I don't think I can beat either one of those. I mean, you really...
All right, we're done. We're done.
You're the master here. It's not a competition. I mean, if it is, you've won.
Well, okay, then it definitely is. Is there a prize? Do I get the lamp?
No, you just get bragging rights, I guess.
All right, I'll take it.
Okay. So I have another item from Kathy Koo Home. It is called a Regina Andrew quarter mirror. And to describe it, it's a round mirror. And then inside, it's kind of got like a Gothic flower outline. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's kind of the shape of a window you might see on a Gothic church.
Okay.
Where it's got like 4 petals on the kind of the outline of 4 petals on the inside of the round. Can you visualize what I'm saying?
Sort of, yeah. Okay.
Well, if you can't, you can go. We'll include the links in the show notes. But that's kind
all
of
the
links.
Shape.
And it's got a wood tone. It's a wood framed mirror. And then there is a version of it, again, at World Market. So the one at Kathy Koo is $1,125. And the one at World Market is $199.
No.
So it's pretty much the same shape.
Right.
I didn't check the sizes on these.
Right.
But the one at World Market it's got a whitewash on it.
Uh-huh.
And it, like I said, it's kind of it looks like a mirror that you would see in a Gothic church, basically. Uh-huh. But it's a window, but it's, of course, a mirror instead. But it's a really pretty look. And you know what? I didn't want to forget to mention that you and I were on Jim's Reinvention Revolution podcast on episode 61. We got interviewed, and I wanted to tell everyone to check it out. But it was so much fun talking to him. We met him at the podcast. What was the name of that podcast conference we went to? Podcast Movement. We met him there. Nice guy. He interviewed us on his podcast, and we had so much fun talking to him. Great guy. So it's kind of an interesting episode. If you want to hear that one, we'll include a link to that episode.
Yeah, his whole podcast is about people reinventing themselves. He reinvented himself. I think he was an engineer like our Anita Jean, and now he's doing podcasting and some other things. And we got to talking, and we were telling him, he said, "How'd you get into podcasting?" "Oh, well, I used to be a lawyer, and she used to be an engineer, and oh my gosh!" And so he found that really interesting, and we had a blast talking to him, didn't we? It was really fun.
Well, I know, and he couldn't get over the fact that we have the same birthday.
Right. Yeah, which we just celebrated in fabulous style, I'm sure. So definitely check that out. Jim's a great guy. Give his podcast, and if you like his style, he's got a great speaking voice. Like he sounds like radio guy. I'm sure he has other people that also have reinvented themselves. So you might find the whole podcast really interesting. Okay, so I have a mirror too.
Well, of course you do. What's yours? Don't tell me you found it at Target and
No, we're
Neiman
back.
Marcus.
No. Pottery Barn. So round
Okay.
mirrors. Round mirrors are very hot these days. I think it's really nice.
So mine's round as well. So yeah.
Yours round as well. See, it's really nice to add a round mirror, some sort of round object in your decor because there's a lot of lines. If you think about all the lines in your room, there's a lot of rectangles and squares and 90-degree angles and whatnot. So adding something round makes sense. It definitely adds a nice organic shape to your room. And a mirror is a great, dare I say reflection of of a round shape. No, it's a great way to get that round shape in because there's not a lot of art that's round. You know, I mean, you can get some sort of like metal scrolly thing, but those aren't really very popular anymore. So these round mirrors are really, really on trend now and with a very simple frame so that you can all picture that. So I found mine. Now I have two of them on my house and this is from the Better Homes and Gardens collection at Walmart. And then I looked to see what else is out there because I know that everybody's producing these. So Pottery Barn has a 30-inch round with a simple gold frame. I believe in the Pottery Barn one that you can get different finishes. So maybe silver. I think there's even a copper and like an oil bronze one. And that's $224. Now, the Better Homes and Gardens one is 28 inches round. So it's 2 inches smaller.
Right.
And you are limited to just the gold, but it's $58.
Whoa. Well, they get the price right every time. I'll tell you what.
They do. They do.
Very impressive.
So, but I mean, how, you know, it's a mirror with a very simple band of metal around it. I mean, it's very similar.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. One's just 2 inches bigger than the other one. But you're paying a lot more for those 2 more inches and the metal finish options.
Yeah. So I'll consider that smaller one. Maybe I won't miss those 2 inches.
I don't think you'd really miss the 2 inches.
Probably not.
No.
Well, I found a beautiful diamond-shaped blue indoor-outdoor rug at Annie Silky. And this one is a 6x9. I made sure on the rugs to make sure I was comparing the same exact size because it does change the price so much depending on what size you're looking at.
Yeah.
And the Annie Silky one is an indoor-outdoor rug, and it is $382. But, you know, they are known for their rug quality. And you know, I got to design one for them. So I have a lot of experience with them, and I have a lot of their rugs. They're fantastic rugs. But I also found one similar style, similar diamond pattern, and it's kind of a blue on blue. Both of them are a blue on blue. And I found one on Overstock, and it's a Sophia Montauk hand-woven flat weave. And it's the diamond. This one's cotton. And this one is also a 6x9. And the blue and ivory was very similar in color. And that one is $101 versus $392. Excuse me, $382. So, yeah, I mean, really a beautiful rug. Both of them look really pretty. And I've had a great experience with buying from both. So.
I have as well. That Sophia, if we're pronouncing it correctly, is really a great brand.
Don't guarantee.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it is. It's very reliable. It's SAFAVIEH. But, you know, it's kind of one of those things that we use.
It's a big brand.
See it when you know it. You know, when you know it, you'll see it. Or when you see it, you know it kind of thing. But you may not be able to pronounce it like us. Okay, so I'm looking at sectionals for a client of mine, and her room is not very large, this family room area. So I'm looking for things that are a little more streamlined, not the big sort of glumpy sectional that comes right down to the floor with the skirt. Like I want something with legs. So I was poking around for her, and I found this really beautiful one at West Elm. It's a 3-piece sectional. So it's got a chaise. It comes in all different kinds of finish materials, I should say. It is either 108 inches or it's 96.5 inches. It even comes in performance fabrics. They have it in stock in this mineral gray and this great twill stone. It's really good looking, and it's got these gold legs. Really sharp looking. So it's the Andes 3-piece sectional from West Elm. It ranges depending on the fabric from $2,200 to $3,400. So then I said, oh, okay, she's got some kids, 3 kids, going to be bouncing around on it. Maybe we want to see if we could save some money. So I found almost the exact same one at All Modern. I've never purchased anything from All Modern. She's much more modern and mid-century than I am in her overall look. And I'm not sure about the quality of All Modern that I can vouch for because I haven't purchased anything from there. But they have the Aiden sofa. So the Andes at West Elm and the Aiden at All Modern. Very, very similar. Similar in size. It's 119 inches. It's actually bigger. 3-piece chaise. Not as many fabrics to choose from, but $1,800 with an extra 15% off right now with the code lineup. And
versus what was the price for the higher end one?
The higher end one is, depending on the fabric, $2,200 to $3,400.
Oh, wow. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
So the only question would be, how is it working with this other company? Because I've never bought from them. So that would be a big
I haven't either. So if anybody has, let us know. All Modern. I'm not sure. Their prices overall, as I was poking around the site, look like it's a lot less than maybe a West Elm or a Design Within Reach. So I don't know if that means the quality is a little bit less as well. But, when you compared the descriptions, the same kind of foam, everything was very much the same, although you were more limited in your choice of fabrics.
Well, good catch there.
Yeah.
I found a rattan chair at Anthropologie, and I do love all their just really funky, beautiful pieces of furniture. It's very artsy and fun and very unique. So this is a rattan chair from Anthropologie. It's got a white cushion. It's got arms on it and some legs. And this would be nice kind of as as just a chair sitting in a room. But you could also use it as host and hostess seats at a table. So it's got a nice tall back, and it is $9.98 at Anthropologie. And there's a very similar chair from IKEA is $113. And I know it's the same one that you and I have both love. It's a rattan chair at IKEA. It also has a white cushion and it has arms on it. And you can also use that one at a table. But because of the arms, you have to make sure your table doesn't have some skirting on it that the arms are going to hit or bump. But they're both pretty chairs. They're not exactly the same, but I think they're both just very elegant and beautiful.
Is that the Il Home?
Oh, sorry. I forgot to mention the name of the armchair at IKEA. It's the Byhoma.
Byhoma, right? I was like, El Home. Byhoma. Buy me and take me Homa. Byhoma.
Who knows how that's supposed to be pronounced, but that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I wanted to take it home with me when I was there.
Yeah,
when we did our thing. I love it.
Too.
It's so chunky and gorgeous. So I can't even, I love Anthropologie too, but I can't imagine it being really much better than that IKEA one. That one, because there's rattan.
To be honest, I think I like the IKEA one better.
Mm-hmm. See? Because there is rattan or, wicker that tries to pass as rattan. And then there's like really nice rattan. This is really nice rattan. We saw it in person.
Right. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. When we did the IKEA episode.
Yes. So we can add that in there because I think we talked about it. Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy to reach goal is to add dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health. Potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT. Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quince. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor, and I can really recommend their Ultra Stretch Super Wide Leg Pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable, and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants. Okay, so my next high, low, low, high find.
Haven't you already had 5?
I haven't. No.
Okay.
This is only my 4th.
It seemed like you had, but okay.
No, this is my 4th.
All right.
Coffee table.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So I looked for a gold and glass coffee table. Sophia came in as the winner again.
Mm-hmm.
That company does just about everything. It's the Alphonse Gold and Glass Table. It's 20 inches wide, 37 inches long, 17 inches tall. It's $196.
Mm-hmm.
Then I found a very, very, very similar, albeit a bit bigger, gold and glass table at Lamps Plus, the Alana or Lanye, $574.
Whoa.
Very similar. You know, the design is slightly different.
So the Sophia, where did you find it?
On Amazon.
Oh, perfect. I was wondering if that's what it was. Yeah, great.
I think that's the only place they sell.
I found my rug on Overstock.
Overstock, like places like that. They don't have their own site, right?
Right. I don't think so.
Yeah. So I've seen them on Overstock, maybe sometimes even on Wayfair or Amazon. They seem to pop up.
Mm-hmm. And my last item is a floor lamp. And I found a beautiful one at Wisteria. It's called the Fishbone floor lamp. I don't know why. It almost looks like a skeletal backbone, which doesn't sound very good, but it looks great.
Does it smell? No.
Wow. You have to see it. It's really pretty.
Okay.
Because it's like stacked pieces of wood, but it's like there's a big piece and then a small piece, big, small. So it kind of goes back and forth, kind of undulating as it goes down.
Okay.
$929 for the Fishbone floor lamp from Wisteria. And I found a similar one. It's not quite as interesting, but it does have it's turnings on it. That's a floor lamp from Ballard Designs called the Peyton, and it's $194. So a good range in price on those and some good savings. And I also wanted to post a correction from the last episode when Kelly trashed my baked cheese crunchies.
Oh, yes.
Saying they were not gluten-free, the ones from Trader Joe's. And I did go back and look at them, and they are. So...
You guys, she texted me a picture later in the day, the back of the bag. I don't know why they put it on the back of the bag. Now, I have to say, in my own defense, I know I was teasing you a lot, but I wasn't sure they weren't gluten-free. I just said if they were gluten-free, they would announce that loud and clear on the front. I don't know why they keep that quiet on the back, because everybody, I mean, like everything is gluten-free. Like the sofas, I know you say like they're gluten-free.
Yeah, there's like a gallon of milk, gluten-free.
Gluten-free.
Like, really? Was there
some water? It's gluten-free. So
yeah, chicken breast,
I was just
gluten-free.
as relieved, especially for you, because I thought I could tell in your voice I was kind of threw you in a little tizzy.
Now, I was pretty sure you were wrong.
You were thinking how many bags,
but I was being recorded, so I couldn't, say you're wrong, and then of course, then it would be there for all time if I had been incorrect. So I did have to go check. So.
No.
Now I can safely say you were incorrect.
I was incorrect. My assumption that they were not gluten-free was incorrect.
I know. Well, just had to straighten that out.
Well, here's something you could just curl up under while you're eating your cheese crunchies from gluten-free cheese crunchies from Trader Joe's, a cashmere throw. Okay. So cashmere, it's a tough thing to choose wisely because it's just hard to know. There's 3-ply, there's 2-ply, there's 1-ply, there's, from different kinds of animals. And it's just hard to tell whether your cashmere is going to pill. Even if you spend a ton of money on it, it can still pill, right? Am I correct? If you had that same experience? I certainly have. So
I don't do a lot of washing of cashmere.
No, but I don't think it's even the washing. It's like using it.
Oh, okay.
Right. So yeah, I mean, cashmere, if you had to wash it, you put it on the woolly cycle or you take it to the
don't put it in the dryer.
Something like that. Right. Don't put it in the dryer. But so I'm saying, what if you spent a whole lot of money and then you're using this thing and it's getting pilly, and then you got to take there are those little machines or those little handheld things where you can take the pills off, but don't we all have better things to do? So maybe don't spend all that much money. You get the feel, and if you get some pills, you don't feel so bad. So I found one, and I didn't even know TJ Maxx was online. Like, I thought you needed to go with a lot of stamina to the store and poke around.
They announced that recently, that they were going to start having an online presence. I do remember that.
Wow. No, I kept a secret from me. So if anybody else
I would have told you.
Was included on that. So anyway, TJ Maxx, I don't know if they have I guess they have their own website. The thing I clicked on was not too fabulous. I mean, they could use a little more help on the website, I think.
Oh, okay.
But they had a cashmere throw, 51 by 67 inches, made in Italy, comes in a really pretty box, like suitable for gifting straight away. Comes in gray and taupe for $99. So, I mean, I think that's pretty nice price for cashmere, even if you're risking a pill. Now, then I popped over to Williams-Sonoma because I know they have very nice cashmere. Now, I should say, well, did I say the one from TJ Maxx is made in Italy? Well, the one from Williams-Sonoma is made in China. Not that it's just bad because it's made in China, but, made in Italy, made in China, cashmere.
Yeah, not the same thing.
Not the same thing.
I agree.
It is slightly bigger. And again, they have more selection in colors, but it's $279. And you still might end up with pills.
$279 versus $99. Well, there you go.
There you go, right?
Yes. Well, that sounds great. Good job again.
I know. I did a good job, and so did you.
You did a great job.
Well, thanks. Okay, let's slip into our hot topic. Is everyone let us know if you're enjoying hot topics and crushes. Let us know if you like these things, or if you have any ideas for other little features that we could have in the episode.
Yes,
we like doing that. But the hot topic, we're enjoying doing it. So I hope you are too.
I am enjoying it. I think we're good. This will be a fun thing for our Team DDT for discussions.
Ooh, yeah, hot topic.
Right. So I found this one on the House Beautiful site. This was news to me, but there is a new HGTV show that wants to make over an entire town. So they're looking for a town that they're going to make over. So it needs to be a small historic town, and you can nominate your town if it meets the 3 criteria to be made over by Ben and Erin Napier and they're the hosts of Hometown. So they're going to have a new show. And the three criteria are population less than 40,000, homes and buildings with great architecture that are ready to be revealed, and it has to have a downtown area that's run down. So if you're getting the point, it's a charming town with a charming downtown that has been run into, that's in ill repair right now. So if your downtown's already been fixed up and popping and going, that's not what they're looking for, because they want to renovate and make a sad little town exciting again. So
right.
I thought this was
Revive it.
really, revive it. Isn't this a great project?
I really think it's great. I have never seen their other show. I don't really watch those shows.
Yeah, I don't really either.
If someone offered us one, I would watch ours. But I don't really, well, as we've discussed before, I don't really watch that much TV, so I don't watch that. But that I think it's an amazing endeavor. I mean, think of the ripple effect of doing something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good place to be putting your TV dollars, from a production point of view, don't you think? I mean, some of the stuff is like, really? Like, what's the point of that? This can change lives, like bring business back to these towns. And
I would totally watch this. I would totally watch this. And my dream is that this would spark this kind of renovation across the country, and that small towns would begin to put some money into their downtowns and fix them up, and kind of take the approach of, if you build it, they will come. Because I think in a lot of cases that does happen. You're not going to get the people coming to the area to see it until you've already fixed it up. But there's so many just really adorable towns. I would love to see this happen. So I'm very excited about this. We'll include the link in the show notes. And I think it's a really exciting thing. And some town is going to really do quite well when they're featured on the show.
So I guess it's one town a season or something like that. That's a big endeavor.
Yeah, I'm guessing it is because they're going to do more than one building. I know, isn't it? It's rather, I think it's kind of an impressive approach to, it's not just one house.
Yeah. Wow. Well, Old Town Pasadena, I would say sort of maybe 5 years before we moved to this area, was really run down from what I understand. And, just nothing going on. Business had left, and there were just a lot of big spaces left empty. And there was a whole revitalization project undertaken by the city, and Old Town Pasadena is such a mecca now. Restaurants and stores, and there's a good combination of the bigger stores and then some small boutiques and things like that. It's just a lovely place to go. And we're very fortunate in this house. We're really sort of walking distance from it. Of course, my daughters think it's too far to walk. But
Sounds
you
familiar.
could walk there. Definitely could walk there. And it's just, for the people who have lived here longer than us, I think they're still kind of blown away by, how far it had come in not too long a period of time.
Well, same thing here. We're in the historic Houston Heights, which used to be not part of Houston. It used to be a kind of a bedroom community of Houston when it was built over 100 years ago. And it has its own downtown. Here it's called 19th Street. But there was a movie theater, which is now a venue where people come. It's a kind of a concert venue now. But it's, that old-timey theater. It's got the old-time theater sign. And now I think they've got some historic national registration, designation, so that it's, can't be torn down. It's protected. But yes, our downtown area here had been updated and revived before we moved here. But it is such a hopping place. And on the weekends, you cannot get into the restaurants around here because everybody has come in from other areas to eat here. So but it's so exciting for me to see these old buildings that had been around forever, updated and refreshed and being used by people. I mean, that's the fun thing for me, to see this piece of history being used every day. and enjoyed.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That is wonderful. And it's so nice that they didn't come in and just bulldoze everything. And that this show sounds really great. So I wish them the best of luck. I hope that they get to revitalize lots and lots of towns across the United States. Yes. So enter your town if you fit that criteria. Anita outlined it for you, but we'll also have the link in the show notes so you can check it out. And hey, doesn't hurt. You never know.
You ready for your crush?
Sure.
What is it?
My crush is an annual crush. It's the David Austin Rose catalog.
Oh,
it's time to request your copy. I don't think they automatically send them out because I've requested over the course of several years, and I'll get an email and they'll ask, do I want it? Which is very British and very nice. I don't want to be presumptuous and just send it to me. Would you like
us to send this again? So I appreciate they're not just sending it willy-nilly.
Yeah. And it probably does cost because it's coming, I don't know where they print it, but, it's pretty thick. And it's like a high glossy, beautiful magazine. So I wouldn't say to you, if you have absolutely no interest in roses, just get it for the pictures, but I guess you could. Yeah, but you're going to be tempted to buy some of these roses because they're just so spectacular and they really do well. And the thing about this catalog is not only is it something to sit down with and enjoy just the breathtaking beauty of the photography and the flowers and the gardens, but it's so well organized. You can really pinpoint what roses will do well in your area. They're very specific, and they even have roses that will just really do well in certain parts of the United States, even though it's primarily a British company. And there's the history of it. And unfortunately, Sir David Austin passed away in 2018, but they're carrying on. And just to learn about what his vision was for taking these old world roses, but sort of breeding them in with the newer roses. So they have more fragrance and they last longer. And so it's really the best of all possibilities with the David Austin roses. So definitely head over and just click the link. We'll have it in the show notes, or just Google David Austin Rose catalog, and it's very simple. You just fill in your email and they send one out to you. You put in your address and they'll send it right out in the post.
They are beautiful roses, just kind of a double, I don't know what you'd call that, but they're just so intricate. They're not just regular roses. They really are beautiful.
Oh, no, they're really, really lush. And they have all kinds of different, they introduced a new one this year that's a single leaf yellow rose. It almost looks like a St. John's wort, but the stereotypical one that Anita's talking about is like picture the cabbage rose, like multi-petaled, just amazing. And most of them have incredible fragrance.
Ooh, that sounds so yummy.
How about you?
Well, my crush, I'm enjoying, it kind of has to do with the BritBox. This is a show on BritBox. In the last episode, I mentioned how I'm enjoying BritBox, which we just started subscribing to. And a show that I found on there that I thoroughly enjoyed is called Map and Lucia, which is a TV series that was created. Well, the TV series was produced in 2014. And it's based on a book by Edward Benson that was originally published in England, 1922. And some of these fantastic shows are based on books written 100 years ago. So this is about a rivalry between two society ladies in this small town in 1920s England. And they're just doing this one-upmanship, and one of them's trying to shoot the other one down. And they're both vying for this position in society. And, they're both kind of doing dueling parties to see who they can get to come to their party and make sure no one's going to the other one's party. So it's just really just a lot of good fun and funny, and the characters on there are hilarious. So I've been thoroughly enjoying it. So it's only 3.
That's a good one.
It's a TV show. I say that, but it's really just 3 episodes. So it's just kind of the book, and they put it in 3 episodes, but it's fun. So you can finish it quickly, but it's a pleasure to watch.
Oh, fun. Well, I wonder who wins at the end. Or maybe it's a tie.
I will not tell.
Don't reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because one does definitely win and one
does
lose. Oh, yes.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. BritBox just keeps getting better. The new Archie is amazing. And it's not the comics. It's about Cary Grant. Archie is the brand new limited series starring Jason Isaacs as Archie Leach, the man who became Cary Grant. From the award-winning screenwriter of Philomena, Archie tells Grant's born in Britain, made in Hollywood story, the dramatic grit to glamour transformation that led him to become one of the most famous people in the world. You are going to absolutely love the acting, but also the styling, the outfits, the scenery. It's the first time his story has been told in collaboration with his daughter Jennifer Grant and ex-wife Diane Cannon. The performances from Jason Isaacs and the rest of the cast are amazing. And it's only available on BritBox. So sign up for BritBox today to stream Archie and other fan favorites from any device. And we have a special limited time offer for our U.S. and Canadian listeners. Get 50% off, yes, that's 50% off your first month when you sign up for a monthly plan. But only if you go to BritBox.com and use our promotion code DTT at checkout. You're going to love Archie. So head over right now and get 50% off your first month of BritBox. Use the promotion code DTT at BritBox.com. Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfasts, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. We have a listener question today from Deirdre. Deirdre has a question about adding stools to her kitchen counter. I'm not sure if there's a renovation going on or whatnot, but she says her counter is about 71 inches long. Mm-hmm. How many stools can she fit comfortably? I'm getting the sense from the email that, that sometimes that isn't thought of until after the counter or peninsula or something is in. And then you think, oh, darn, I have 4 kids,
Right.
Sorry, you get to eat breakfast first today. And on Tuesday, Johnny gets to eat first. So do you want to ring in first? So it's about 70 inches, and I don't know how many stools she really wants, but she wants to know how many stools she can fit comfortably.
Well, I know from entertaining, from kind of the old rule of thumb, when there were small chairs, was each place setting, you were supposed to allow at least 18 inches for each guest. But the reality is every chair is a different size. So if your chair is wider than 18 inches, you can't count on to 18 inches per person. So I think, 2 feet tends to be a better number. Plus, if you're looking at an island, you don't want the chairs jammed in there where they're rubbing against each other. I mean, for example, 72 inches, if each chair is 2 feet, then really you're just going to get 3 chairs in there. You're going to get 3 chairs in there, but if they're 2 feet, they're going to be scraping each other as you're pulling them in and out. Mm-hmm. So I think you really do need some room visually for it to breathe and to be able for people to pull the chairs in and out. We have an 8-foot long countertop in our kitchen, and you can fit 4 of our counter stools in there, which I did have for a while, but it was so tight and we didn't all end up sitting there very often because there's actually a peninsula around the other side that my girls sit there. And so I pulled one of those out, and it's just ever so much better getting in and out of there. So I think you're going to, this is a long answer you're just going to have to measure your chairs and then allow a couple of inches in addition to that for space in between each one.
Agreed. Yeah. I think the general rule of thumb that I came up with is about 28 to 30 inches for each chair. So, so if you took the 71 inches and divided that by even the smaller number, 28, you've got like 2.53 chairs, right, Anita? So
yeah.
Look at that math I did.
Cut one of those. I am impressed.
I know. I have to admit I did that a little bit before. But so, okay, well, you can have 2.5 chairs. Oh, okay. If you have to have 3 chairs in that space, you really want to choose them wisely. Maybe you want to just do stools, nothing with a back. You don't want to do anything where the legs are going to flare out, Deirdre. You want to have them sort of come straight down. Definitely no arms. You might be able to get away with a back, but I would go as streamlined and slimlined as possible with those stools in order to get more than 2 there comfortably. I think 3 is obviously going to be the max that you could do. Because most chairs, stools are going to be at least 16 to and maybe even up to 21 inches wide. Yeah. And then you have to have inches on either side because, everybody has arms and elbows and things like that.
Exactly.
And then one other little thing is just to think about from the bottom of the seat to the sort of the under part of the counter, you want to have at least 10 to 12 inches there. So if you're finding something vintage or, I think regular stools sometimes come in varying heights because you got to get your legs in there. Even if you're a little kid, they wiggle around a lot. Right. So, good luck with that. And if you can get away with just 2, that might be the best way to go. And then you can get really whatever type of chair you want. Don't you think, Anita?
That's true. Whatever size.
Right. You could do something with arms. It could be upholstered, tufted. You could really make it super comfy. So without more information about who's going to sit there, I would say if you didn't have to have 3, maybe just go with the 2.
Yeah. That sounds good to me. Makes sense.
So I hope that you guys got some great ideas about shopping for things that, you can get a better deal though. So get the look for less. And even if some of these particular items didn't jump out at you as something that you'd want to add to your home, just think about it when you're shopping. Sometimes it's just sort of knee jerk. Oh, this is where you go for this. This is where you shop for that. There are so many places to shop online now. And obviously, just taking that one lamp that I brought to your attention into consideration. It's the exact same lamp. Come on. Yeah, but if you said, oh, it's a lamp from Neiman Marcus, of course it's going to be expensive. You're like, oh, it's a Neiman Marcus lamp, but it's not. Home Depot has the same lamp. So come on, shop around, have fun with it. And if you do have an interest in any of the specific items we talked about today, we will have the links to all of those in the show notes. I want to remind you that we are available for design consults. We take on your design dilemmas, questions, renovations, any project you want to talk about, any room, any space. We are here for you. And we really do enjoy doing these. And I think we've helped people a lot. So if you want to sign up for a consult, head to the link in the show notes. It's decoratingtipsandtricks.com/consult. We hope to talk to you soon.
Thanks so much for listening. Until next time.